What's up, and welcome to an episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. We're taking a look at the world's lightest 15-inch laptop. This is the new LG Gram 15. It is extremely light. It feels like it's a little piece of plastic and that's it. So the 15-inch version weighs 2.4 pounds, which is ridiculously light, and it's all metal. It's a magnesium alloy body. Should be super durable, not very drop resistant on concrete, but on tile and different types of softer material, it'd probably be just fine dropping it. When you compare the weight of something like this versus the Razer Blade Pro, this thing is just insanely light and easy to take with you. It's not the thinnest laptop in the world, which I did make a video on that as well, but this is the lightest one. It's gonna be extremely easy to carry with you, keep it in your backpack, go all around. Something to note on the 15-inch screen is it is almost bezel-less, very tiny bezel all the way around, which is fantastic. It's an IPS display, 1080p. It's not gonna be incredibly special display, but it'll get the job done. Along the right side here, we have a USB 3.0 Type A, an HDMI, and a USB Type C. That is Thunderbolt enabled, so you could, in theory, hook a Core V2 from Razer up to this and get a 1080 Ti to do some serious gaming. There might be some compatibility issues, but I'm pretty sure that you could get it to work. Downside is it has a micro SD card slot, not a full SD card slot, which means you're gonna have to have a USB dongle if you're trying to transfer footage from a full-size SD card. We also have a headphone port, 2 more USB Type A's, and a Kensington lock port, and that's it for the ports. The keyboard is also backlit, looks really good, and has a fingerprint sensor built into the power button. The screen, honestly, is just a little bit flimsy when you're holding it up like this. Overall, I like the hinge. I don't think you're gonna have any issues with the hinge. That said, this is a touch screen. Another thing to note is that there are 3 different sizes. So you've got this 15-inch right here, a 14-inch right here, and a 13-inch right here. One of the amazing things is that it is actually almost all identical weights from the 13-inch to the 15-inch. It's only a difference of about 0.25 pounds. Something else to note is that these did pass military standard durability testing, so you're more likely to have them survive, especially if you jostle them around or you treat your electronics really rough. So now, one difference between the Gram 14 and 15 is that you have one less USB Type A port. The major differences between this year's model and last year's model is that this is going to have an Intel 8th gen processor, DDR RAM 4, upgraded trackpad, 2 SSD slots, so you can go up to 4 terabytes of space in these little bad boys. You can actually pop the bottom out and upgrade it yourself. You don't have to get it that way from the factory. I'm a huge fan of that. You cannot do that in very many Ultrabooks. Oftentimes they're closed systems with no upgradability. This thing you can actually upgrade. So essentially you're gonna get almost double the performance that you did last year in rendering videos, doing heavy production tasks. And on top of that, the battery can last a ridiculous amount of time. They're saying 22 hours of battery life. I don't know about that. Maybe if you're doing super optimized tasks like just browsing the web or office documents, you're gonna play games on it like Rocket League or Hearthstone, you're gonna crush the battery probably in just like 6 hours at most, I would think. LG is gonna be sending me a model so I can do a full review. Looking forward to that. Overall, as far as Ultrabooks go, this is gonna be a high performer with an Intel 8th gen processor in it, which is gonna allow you to have quad-core performance, do good video editing, rendering, doing some serious productivity work rather than last year's 7th gen, which is only a 2-core. One major downside is that these are fairly expensive. They're not gonna be the super cheap Ultrabooks. You're looking at a premium experience with a premium keyboard and a nice touchpad. So that's it for this breakdown of the LG Gram 15, 14, and 13. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Brandon, out.